Channel, a lot of people are criticizing Donald Trump for, quote, not being more of a unifier. I don't see it that way. I think it would be insincere for him to put out some statement suggesting that this is coming from both sides, as I said earlier. This is nasty, vicious rhetoric that's been coming from the left for the entire 10 years of his political career. You see the alleged assassin virtually quoting comments about fascism that have been made time and time and time again by the media, by left-wing pundits, by politicians, by presidents, by presidential candidates. Joe Biden referring to the supporters of Donald Trump as believers in semi-fascism. What is that? Trump's not supposed to call that out. Stephen Miller's not supposed to call that out. Kamala Harris is asked point blank by Anderson Cooper during the campaign, do you believe that Donald Trump is a fascist? She said, yes, I do. No pushback from Anderson Cooper. No, isn't that kind of appalling for you to refer to a democratically elected president, at least the first time, as a fascist? Has he rounded up political enemies? Has he shut down news media that's been critical of him? Don't you think it's a little irresponsible? Didn't say anything. At least Wolf Blitzer pushed back on George Soros when he compared George W. Bush to Joseph Goebbels, the propaganda minister for Hitler. He pushed back and got him to admit that maybe I was a little over the top. Anderson Cooper didn't say a word. Remember this, number 31?
Press always asks me, don't I wish I were debating him? No, I wish we were in high school. I could take him behind the gym. That's what I wish.
And this Democrat, after the assassination of Charlie Kirk, said, calling people a fascist or Hitler, that doesn't incite people. Number 40.
What do you say to people who've been out there saying the use of the phrase fascist or Nazi or Hitler comparisons from people on the left contributes to the problem overall? Does it?
I actually don't think it does. I think people are trying to grapple with a really unprecedented time in our country where we're seeing maybe history not fully repeat, but history rhyme at some of the darkest times in our world's history, and struggling in good faith to try to put some intellectual thought into that and find the right language to describe the fact that the Constitution I risked my life for 27 months in combat is being tested and pushed, and in many cases, I think, not being honored by this president. That's hard to figure out how to put word to that in a way that is constructive. And so those are words that are more academic, I think. It is the call for violence, to me, that is where the calls for violence linked to that are the problem. The idea that we've heard from many leaders in both parties, unfortunately, that there's some deeper evil if you feel a certain way.
That was mealy mouth, wasn't it? Democrat Pat Ryan of New York labeling somebody fascist. I don't think it. It's more academic. Really, mean like this? 38.
Inscriptions on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist!" ! Catch! !
Do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do.
No one has ever been more dangerous to this country than Donald Trump, and he is a fascist to his core.
Hey, let me shut down the city! We are at war!
We're in a war right now.
We are at war.
So you have to be willing to do whatever is necessary in order to save the country.
And that's why the gloves are off.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.
And yes, there are many threats to democracy. We see it with these extreme candidates.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
You can only push people so far. And then they start to take matters into their own hands.
What the American public want is for us to bring actual weapons to this bar fight. This is an actual fight.
This is literally
call to arms.
The MAGA movement is a threat.
But Michelle says that, when they go low, we go high. No.
With all due respect, if they go low, we don't go high.
When they go low, we kick them.
We take them to the mud and choke them out.
And make sure that they stay down. And you know what? Kick them when they're down, because they deserve it.
Get up in the face of some Congress people.
We are going to be in your face. We are going to be on your...
We have to fight this in the streets.
We're going to fight it in the streets.
It's time to step out of your comfort zone and step out into the streets.
To our Republican colleagues, if you do not see the light, we will bring the fire. Resist! You and your little friend off of Twitter. Y'all about to find out.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
He's not going to have a third term. He may not finish his term.
Yes, the last few days you woke up thinking there might be news. Just saying. There will be news sometime, just so you know, there will be news.
25% of Democrats were unhappy that the first would-be assassin was unsuccessful. Do you really think that kind of venom is on the other side? Really? Now, the only elected politician on the Democratic side to concede that our side needs to engage in some self-reflection was John Fetterman. Doug Schoen is a Democratic pollster, very reasonable guy, and he has said that the Democrats need to look in the mirror, number 49.
I agree, Sandra, with Mark Halperin. I think Charlie Kirk was one of the reasons and principal reasons why young voters moved away from Joe Biden to Donald Trump, and that there was a MAGA connection and a sense of relevance to youth that hadn't existed. But I'd go further, that some voices in my party have been hostile to him and have not seen the need and opportunity for conciliation and coming together is, in my judgment, a symptom of the larger problem my party has.
A symptom of the larger problem my party has. That's a Democratic pollster, a Clinton pollster, and John Fetterman said the same thing. Has Nancy Pelosi? Has Hakeem Jeffries? Has Chuck Schumer?
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.